Who believes perception equals reality? Hands in the air, anyone? Who believes this is wrong? Perception doesn't equal reality. Who doesn't like raising their hand in public? The first one. All right, this is false. Perception is not reality. Let me prove it to you. I am colorblind. I perceive your shirt as gray. I don't see stripes. I see a gray solid shirt. Am I correct? No, it's not gray. It's striped. But my perception is that it is gray. My perception is that it's gray. That means that's the way I believe it to be until what happens? Until you say, no, it's not gray. It's black and white stripes. Right? My perception is the way I believe it to be until the world tells me otherwise. My perception is the way I believe it to be. Perception is more important than reality. Because that's the way I believe it to be until the world tells me otherwise. So let's look at this. 72 degrees and cloudy. I'm from Phoenix. It's a cool fall day. I'm wearing long pants, maybe a t-shirt, probably a light jacket, depending on who I am, maybe flip-flops. Okay? Cool fall day. I'm considering turning my heater on in my house. Right? Okay, well me, I'm from Seattle. Go Seahawks. And it's a warm summer day. Shorts, flip-flops, probably going to the water park. Okay, so I am from Seattle. And one of the last times I was there, I was driving from my mom's house to the airport. And we're driving up I-5, and up I-5, has anyone ever been there? There's Wild Waves, the water park owned by Six Flags. And we're driving up, and it was literally 63 degrees. I checked the temperature, I checked my phone. 63 degrees, cloudy, threatening to rain. And the water park was packed. 63 degrees. 63! And now, think about when you're in a water park, what happens? You go down the slide, whee, and you splash. And when you splash, you get wet. And then you come out of the water to go get in line, and you're still wet. And you're standing in line, waiting to walk up the steps and grab your next tube and walk up the steps. And what happens when you stand there and you're wet? The water's evaporating off your body, taking temperature with it. It's cold, and the wind is blowing, and it's only 63 degrees. Someone from Phoenix says, that's crazy. Someone from Seattle says, that's summer. Right? Two totally different perceptions, same exact reality. Which one is right? Both of them. They're both right because their perception is more important than reality. The way I take in the world is the way I believe it to be. Right? So we talked about Press-Ganey surveys. Press-Ganey is how we're testing how people perceive what we're doing. Right? Because what do? We give them a survey the next day and say, tell me about the friendliness or courtesy of your medical assistant. Tell me about the friendliness or courtesy of the person who scheduled your appointment. Tell me about the way that the care provider spoke in a clear language for you. If you're remembering those things, you're tapping into memory. If you're tapping into memory, the only things that make it into your memory are your perceptions. So we're tapping into memory. We're asking them for their perceptions. So it's not about what we do. It's about how they feel about what we do. Again, it's not about what we do, it's about how they feel about what we do. Anyone ever work in a hospital? An ED? Everyone ever been to a hospital, into a ED? So when you're sitting there as a patient, you're sitting there in this room, which is a wall and 3 curtains. You're sitting there, and the nurse comes to you and takes care of you and then leaves. And what does she do or he do? Shut the curtain. Now, why does someone shut the curtain in the ED? Patient privacy. Now, you're sitting on the table with 3 curtain walls, and someone shuts the curtain on you. What are you thinking? Rude. They're trying to keep me away from everyone else. You know what? Because I'm sick, I'm dirty, and they don't want me to infect everyone else. They're trying to quarantine me. That's the perception. The reality is, I shut the curtain. My intent is, I'm doing this to protect your privacy. And the perception is, what, do you think I'm not good enough? So how do you change that perception?
Advise the patient.
Advise the patient. So for your personal privacy, I'm going to go ahead and shut this curtain for you. 2 seconds, change perception. Okay? This is powerful. It's not about what we do. It's about how they feel about what we do.